Three. What's up, Fast Track Squad? It's your girl, Alana.
And I'm Derria. And today we will be teaching logarithmics and exponential equations. First, we're going to start off with a logarithmic. So we have log of x plus log of 7 equals the log of 37.
It says you don't see any bases right here, then that means the base is 10.
So now that we have our bases and our equation, we can start solving. So the first thing that you want to do with log of x and log of 7 is condense them using the multiplication. Log of 10 equals x times the log of 7, which you can also change to log of 10, 7 times x equals the log of 37. So since our bases are equal to each other,
we can set them equal to each other.
So now we have 7x equals 37. Now you will divide by 7 on each side to get x. And that leaves our answer with x equals 37 over 7.
Okay, so class, now I'll be teaching you how to solve exponential equations. So the equation that we're going to focus on is 9 to a plus 10 plus 3 equals 78. First, you'll have to move the constant to the right, so you could get 9a plus 10 by itself. So you will subtract 3 on both sides, and that gets you 9a plus 10 equals 75. Now you'll want to take the logarithm of both sides. So you have log 9, since it's in front of the exponential, you'll have log 9, then you take 75, because you're supposed to. Basically, this is going to be your base, and then you're going to take that and put it on the inside, and you're going to set it equal to a plus 10. So you got log 9, 75 equals a plus 10. So now you'll want to subtract 10 on both sides, so you could get a by itself. So minus 10 minus 10. That gets you to log 9, 75 minus 10 equals a. So it's really not a particular thing on how to solve this. So you just plug it in the calculator. So you get your calculator. You do log, and since the base is 9, you'll put 9 at the bottom of the log, and inside the parentheses, you'll put 75, since 75 in the parentheses. You'll move over to outside of the parentheses, and you'll put subtract 10, and you'll say equal. And whatever it gives you, that's your answer. So in this case, a equals to negative 8.035. And that's your final answer. And to make sure it's right, you could plug this in to the first equation, and it should give you 78. And if you didn't get that, that means it's wrong, and I suggest you try it again. Any questions? Okay. Okay, now you'll try an exponential equation by yourself. Okay. So in order to solve this, you'll have to plus 10 on both sides, because you're trying to get the negative 2e and a 7b plus 10 by itself. So you plus 10 on both sides. Okay, so now that you added 10 to both sides, you have negative 2e, 7b plus 5 equals negative 7. Now you are going to divide by negative 2 on both sides. So that gives you e 7b plus 5 equals 7 over 2. Remember, since it was negative up here and both of them was negative, a negative divided by a negative is a negative. Is a positive. So that's how you got positive 7 over 2. Now you are going to try to cancel out e by doing the log, by doing the natural log, which is ln. You'll do ln on both sides, and it cancels the e out. So now you have 7b plus 5 equals 7 over 2 ln. Now you'll divide. Now you will minus 5 on both sides. And you have 7b equals ln 7 over 2 minus 5. Now, you'll divide by 7 so you could get b by itself. So divide by 7, divide by 7. And you have b equals ln 7 over 2 minus 5 divided by 7. This can't be simplified anymore, so now you'll plug this into the calculator, and instead of doing log, on the calculator you have ln, which is the natural log. So you'll plug in ln 7 over 2 minus 5 divided by 7. And when you plug that in, you get b equals negative 0.535. And that's your final answer. If you didn't get that, try again.
Okay, so now that we've both shown you how to solve logarithmics and exponentials, we want you to try some equations on your own. The first one will be a logarithmic equation. Now, first thing you'll do is condense using property 3, which is changing addition into multiplication. So you have log base 4 with x times x minus 12. And you bring down 3. Okay, now that we have this, you can either keep it this way or change it into log base 4 x squared minus 12 equals 3. Now you rewrite the equation as an exponential by moving the base of the log to the other side, and simplify the problem by distributing and cubing 4. So now you'll have 4/3. So what we did was we took the base of the log and raised it to the 3rd power.
Circle of life.
The circle of life. Can you see what I'm doing there? Now, you simplify it once again into x squared minus 12x equals 64. 4 to the 3rd power is 64. Now you will minus 64 from both sides and get x squared minus 12x equals minus 64. And you set it equal to 0. Now you factor. X squared minus 12x minus 64 gives you x plus 4 and x minus 16. and you set both of these equal to 0 to get x equals -4 and x equals +16. And you have to check for extraneous solutions on all of them. You can have a negative as your x, but when you plug it back into the log or first, you cannot get a negative answer inside of the log. So when we check both of these, we see that -4 is extraneous and x equals 16 is your answer. Okay, now we will solve another exponential equation, which is a little different because first we will start by determining whether 8 and 1/16 can be written with the same base. In this case, the base would be 2, which gives you 2/3 2x minus 3 equals 2 -4 over x minus 2. So, explaining this one, when you write this, you will get what? 2 over -4 over 1. So, you cannot have a negative at the top of a fraction, so you will move it to the bottom, which gives you 1 over 2, and you drop the -4. So, 2 to the 4th power equals 1 over 16. So now, you will simplify the exponents by multiplying the powers. So 3 times 2x is 6x, and 3 times -3 is 9, equals 2 times -4x and +8. After that, the bases are the same, so you set them equal to each other, which is 6x minus 9 equals -4x plus 8. So now you can move either one. So we're going to do -8 and +6, which gives you 6x minus 17 equals -4x and -6 minus 6, which gives you -17 equals 10x. And since we want to get x by itself, we're going to divide by 10 on both sides. -10, I'm sorry. -10. And it gives you x equals 17 over 10 because 2 negatives make a positive. And that will be your final answer. And as my partner said, if you didn't get that right, try it again.
So some important things to remember about logs and exponentials is that they're inverses of each other. And before you solve a log, see if you can condense it. Also, if there's no said base, then the base is 10. And with that being said, if the bases are equal to each other, then you can now set the equations equal to each other. And the most important thing that you can possibly do is check for extraneous solutions. I repeat, check for extraneous solutions.
Okay.
That was learning logs and exponentials.
Powered by Palumbo TV. I hope you learned and enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
And remember,
Don't stop, don't give up.